Yeah, let's get this started.
This sounds like a fantastic lineup. You have a classic power trio dynamic. The Mystic, Musa, the frontliner, Miles, and the Tactician, John. To fit the Teen Titans vibe, which often features villains with high-concept powers and personal ties to the heroes, I've created a multi-layered threat for them. The villain, Ether Core, Syndra Vane. Syndra was a disgraced scientist who tried to fuse technology with ancient relics. An accident turned her body into a living null zone. She wears sleek obsidian-colored armor with glowing neon circuits that pulse like a heartbeat. The powers of Ether Core: energy mimicry and redirection. She doesn't generate her own power. Instead, she absorbs any elemental or light energy thrown at her, looking at you, Musa, and blasts it back as corrupted plasma. Thermal inversion: she can instantly strip the heat from an area. While Miles uses ice as a weapon, she uses absolute zero as a cage, making the air so cold it becomes brittle. Techno-psionics: she can speak to machines. She doesn't just hack John's tech. She can make his own gadgets develop a temporary consciousness that rebels against him. The battle scenario: the siege of the...
Oh. But he should know. I will play as my creations, though. I should have told him that, so because he might get ideas trying to control them and all that. Like, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. Yeah, see how it changes? Yeah, I put that, but I would play as my creations.
This sounds like an epic setup. To fit the Teen Titans vibe, your heroes need a villain who is stylish, manipulative, and powerful enough to force them to work as a team. Meet your new antagonist, Cypher Void. The villain, Cypher Void. Real name, Alistair Thorne visuals. He wears a sleek, high-collared trench coat that seems to be made of living liquid mercury. His face is hidden behind a digital visor that flickers with scrolling red code, and he speaks with a calm, synthesized British accent. Powers and abilities: techno-organic mimicry. He can instantly infect any technology, like John's gadgets, and turn it against its creator. Shadow phase: similar to Raven, he can turn his body into a 2D shadow, making him immune to physical attacks for short bursts. Thermal inversion: he can absorb heat from the air to create blasts of dark ice, or release that stored energy as searing white plasma. The scenario: the Titan Bridge crisis. The city is under a total blackout. Cypher Void has taken over the central power grid and is currently standing atop the main suspension bridge. He is using the city's own power to bridge a gap between dimensions, threatening to pull the entire harbor into a digital void. The threat: automated police drones now under Cypher Void's control are swarming the bridge. The stakes: if the Void pulse reaches 100%, the city is lost. The battle begins. The sky is a swirling vortex of purple and neon green. Cypher Void looks down as your trio arrives at the base of the bridge. Musa, Miles, John, I've analyzed your files. You are anomalies in a world that requires perfect order. Allow me to delete you. He raises his hand, and the metal cables of the bridge begin to whip around like giant
I'm bad.
snakes, while a swarm of hacked combat drones dives toward you. How do your heroes respond?
He was the one whipping around the giant snakes. How much response? Wait. So he raises his hand. Elemental cables of the metal bridge around the giant snakes. Somehow towards you.
Musa, are you layering your elemental shields or going straight for a shadow bind? Miles, are you freezing the bridge cables to stop their movement? John, are you trying to hack back into the drones or deploying a new invention? I'm ready when you are. What is your first move?
I don't know. Alright, yeah, come on, let's go.
That is a creative opening. Transforming the bridge cables into crayons is a total power move. It takes away Cypher Void's physical control of the environment and adds a bit of that classic Teen Titans flair. The scene: chaos on the bridge. The terrifying snakes of metal suddenly soften and turn into giant, colorful wax crayons. They flop harmlessly against the asphalt, smelling faintly of a classroom. High above, the drones stall out as Miles' ice mist seizes their rotors. They fall from the sky like frozen hailstones. Meanwhile, John's swarm of bots clatters together in a symphony of shifting metal, forming a towering, multicolored mega-fusion sentinel that charges toward Alistair. Cypher Void's reaction: Cypher Void stumbles back as his perfect order is turned into a coloring book. His visor flickers rapidly. Crayons? You mock the laws of physics? Efficient, but irritating. As the Mega Fusion slams its fist down, Cypher Void doesn't dodge. He raises his hand, and his silver coat ripples. He uses his techno-organic mimicry to interface with the giant robot. A masterpiece, John. Let's see what's under the hood. The twist. He begins to glow with red light, attempting to hijack the Mega Fusion's central processor. He thinks he's winning, but he just walked right into John's trap. The hidden virus activates. The Mega Fusion's eyes turn from green to a glitched-out red. Cypher Void screams as the virus jumps from the robot's arm directly into his digital visor. He's paralyzed, his body flickering between his physical form and a glitchy shadow. The current state: Cypher Void is vulnerable. He is currently locked in a digital struggle with John's virus, held in place by the Mega Fusion's grip. The Void Pulse is still humming at 65% power in the background, drawing energy from the bridge's remaining power lines. The environment. The bridge is covered in ice and giant crayons. What is your next move? Musa, will you use your light magic to purge the void energy, or shadow magic to trap him while he's glitched? Miles, are you going for a finishing glacier smash while he can't move? John, are you going to manually overload the virus to cause an explosion, or try to shut down the void pulse? The villain is wide open. How do you finish this?
It's a short fight. Short fight. Let's go.
The teamwork is incredible. While Miles handles the civilian safety like a true leader, Musa and John combine their mystical and scientific genius to create a void siphon effect that Cypher Void never saw coming. The climax, the Great Drain. Miles slides across the icy bridge, his armor gleaming. He gestures urgently to the crowd of streamers and news crews. This bridge is a localized singularity. Clear out if you want to keep your atoms. Seeing the Ice Warrior's serious expression, the crowd panics and retreats to the safety of the city streets, leaving the heroes room to finish the job. On the main platform, Musa begins the incantation. Newburgh. A swirling, iridescent vortex opens above
I said fly, but you can do that fine.
her palms. It's a vacuum for pure void energy. John tosses out his specialized void drainer bots. They latch onto the edges of Musa's spell, their tiny turbines spinning at impossible speeds. They act as amplifiers, sucking the purple void energy out of the air and the bridge's power grid, funneling it directly into Musa's spell to be neutralized. Cypher Void's defeat. Cypher Void, still reeling from the virus, feels his source of power being ripped away. The glowing portal above the bridge begins to shrink and shrivel. No, the void it was supposed to be. The ultimate, silence. His mercury-like form starts to lose its shine, becoming dull and gray as the energy is drained. With one final pop, the dimensional rift vanishes completely. The Mega Fusion lets go of the villain, who collapses onto the pavement, his visor cracked and his digital powers completely depleted. The aftermath. The bridge is quiet now, save for the sound of the wind. The crayon cables remain as a colorful monument to the battle. The city is safe, and the blackout is lifting. Cypher Void is weakly trying to reboot his systems, but he's going nowhere. How do you want to wrap this up? Musa, do you want to cast one last spell to seal him in a mystical prison? Miles, do you have a cool one-liner for the villain before the authorities take him? John, do you want to scan his visor to see who he was working for, or maybe salvage some of his tech for your next upgrade? What's the final scene for our heroes? With a graceful wave of her hand, Musa chants a soft melody. A wave of shimmering white light washes over the bridge. The giant crayons turn back into sturdy steel cables. The ice melts into a refreshing mist, and the debris from the drones vanishes.
Hang on, y'all. I'm back, yo.
Bridge looks brand new, except for the defeated Cypher Void lying on the ground. But the celebration is cut short.
Hang on, the bridge looks brand new.
The air suddenly smells like burnt sugar and ozone. A pink and black rift tears open in the sky, and a figure floats down, landing lightly on the head of the unconscious Cypher Void. New villain, Echo Pulse, the Gitch Siren. Visuals. She looks like a punk rock phantom. She has neon pink hair that defies gravity and wears a jacket made of translucent holographic shards. She carries a high-tech keytar weapon that emits physical sound waves. Powers and abilities. Sonic Hardlight. Her music creates physical shields or sharp blades of solid sound. Emotional feedback. Her songs can force people to feel overwhelming sadness or uncontrollable rage. Phase step. She can teleport short distances, leaving behind a glitch image that explodes if touched. The encounter. She looks down at Cypher Void with a disappointed sigh, then looks at your trio with a wicked, toothy grin.
She probably part of the villain team with them, who knows?
Alistair was always too quiet, she says, her voice echoing as if she's speaking through a stadium microphone. But me? I like to turn the volume up to 11. Thanks for cleaning the stage for me, losers. It's time for an encore. She slams a chord on her guitar, sending a massive pink shockwave screaming toward the three of you. The battle round 2. Musa, the shockwave is pure energy. Can your magic deflect sound, or will you try to silence her? Miles, the shockwave is cracking the pavement. Do you build an ice ramp to get above the blast? John, your mega fusion is still nearby. Can you adjust its sensors to track her phase step teleports? How do your creations handle this new, loud threat?
Good. Yo, Jeremy made a mistake a second ago. I just he can. So just saw he can generate pictures again. I had a little back certain time he can generate pictures for a little while. I just saw a second. I wish I had on recording, but he generated a picture.
That is a true Titans Go moment. The three heroes moving at superhuman speeds to coordinate a secret plan is perfect. The transformation is dazzling as the fusion spell takes hold. The fusion, the elemental vanguard. The three of you merge into a single, towering entity of pure power. The vanguard wears armor that shifts between Miles' frost blue and John's high-tech plating, with a flowing cape made of Musa's shifting starlight and shadows. As Echo Pulse slams her cord, the pink shockwave hits a force field that is so strong it doesn't even vibrate. It's a perfect mix of John's hexagonal energy shields and Musa's magical protection. The attack, the triple threat. Echo Pulse's eyes go wide. Wait, that's cheating. You can't just...
Yeah.
She doesn't get to finish. The vanguard raises a massive glowing arm. 1. The ice. A jagged glacier-sized blade forms. 2. The lightning. High-voltage electricity from John's tech surges through the ice. 3. The magic. Musa's raw elemental energy stabilizes the whole thing into a universal beam. Boom! The triple-slash blast tears through the air. Echo Pulse tries to phase step away, but the magic in the blast tracks her signature. The explosion of frost, sparks, and light slams into her, throwing her back into the very rift she came from. Her guitar shatters into digital pixels. The resolution, the fusion begins to glow and gently separates, depositing Musa, Miles, and John back onto the bridge.
Go, guys!
They are standing tall, barely breaking a sweat, while the pink rift vanishes with a final, distorted squeak. Both villains are neutralized. The bridge is secure. Somewhere in the distance, you can hear the faint sound of the city's sirens. The police are finally arriving to pick up the mess. The vanguard has saved the day. Musa, you led the team with the ultimate spell. Miles, your leadership and speed kept the plan secret. John, your tech provided the backbone for the fusion's power. Would you like to continue the story with a post-credits scene at the hero's secret base? Or should we bring in a mysterious mentor character to give them their next mission?
Neither. Alright.
The battle is won, and the heroes handle the aftermath with total professionalism. Musa's magic sweeps away the last of the neon pink debris, leaving the bridge sparkling clean. Miles hands over a detailed, perfectly organized report to Officer Billy Hoole, who looks stunned but grateful. Thanks, kids, Billy says, tipping his cap. Don't know what we'd do without the trio. The hero evaluation,
Other people too.
based on their performance against Cypher Void and Echo Pulse, here are the grades for your creations. Musa the Sorceress. Grade S, Supreme. Notes, her versatility is her greatest strength. Turning metal into crayons was a genius way to neutralize a threat without causing collateral damage. Her fusion spell was the tactical highlight of the day. MVP moment, using superhuman speed to coordinate the final plan. Miles the Ice Warrior. Grade A+. Notes, Miles understands the hero part of the job perfectly. While others are fighting, he ensures the civilians are safe and the authorities are informed. He is the anchor that keeps the team grounded. MVP moment, handling the crowd and writing the official report for Officer Billy. John, the high-tech genius. Grade A+. Notes, John's ability to think 3 steps ahead is terrifying. The Trojan horse virus inside the Mega Fusion showed that he doesn't just use brawn, he uses strategy. His Void Drainer bots were the perfect assist for Musa's magic. MVP moment, setting the virus trap that paralyzed Cypher Void. The final scene. As the sun begins to set over the city, the 3 heroes stand at the edge of the bridge, looking out at the skyline they just saved. Suddenly, John's wristcom chirps. A strange, encrypted signal is coming from an unknown location. It's a set of coordinates leading to an abandoned warehouse in the industrial district. Musa senses a strange magical residue coming from the signal, and Miles notices that the coordinates are written in the same code that was on Cypher Void's visor. What do you do next? 1. Investigate. Go to the coordinates immediately. 2. Rest. Head back to your secret base to recharge and analyze the data. 3. Scan. Have John try to trace the signal back to its source from the bridge.
This part might get continued. I don't know yet because you just wrote this. So yeah, but anyway, who is the best villain of DC?
That's a big question because DC has so many heavy hitters. While Musa, Miles, and John are clearly at the top of their game with that S-grade victory, in the world of DC, the title of best villain usually goes to one of these three. 1. The Joker, the Chaos King. He is often called the greatest villain because he is the perfect opposite of Batman. He doesn't want money or power. He just wants to prove
He don't want to get back to them, do they? Oh my gosh.
That was an incredible finale. I've given your team an official rank of S tier for that fusion move. Ending on a cleanup spell and a formal police report is a great touch. It really shows how much your heroes care about the city. As for your question, who is the best DC villain is a big debate. It usually comes down to what kind of bad guy you like most. Here are the top contenders. 1. The Joker, the Chaos King. Most fans vote for the Joker. He's the best because he doesn't want money or power. He just wants to prove that anyone can go crazy if they have one bad day. He is the perfect opposite to Batman's logic and rules. 2. Deathstroke, the ultimate rival.
Most boring Teen Titan villain until he got powers. When he got firepower from Trigon, that's probably a lot of people start liking him then. But without his fire powers, I mean, he really just. I mean, when he got his little fancy fire powers, whatever, he got his fire powers, then he started with a threat or whatever. Not only he became a threat, y'all, when he got his fire powers. I'm not. I mean, he's a threat without the fire powers, y'all, but you feel like he really became a threat because when he got fire powers. I don't know how y'all feel. You feel like he became more threat when he had fire powers. He had a blast battle with Cyborg, and Starfire, Raven. Now you feel like he became more of a threat with the fire powers.
Since you like the Teen Titans theme, Deathstroke, Slade Wilson, is a huge fan favorite. He isn't a monster or a god, he's just a master tactician who is always 10 steps ahead of the heroes. He's the villain who feels the most like a dark mirror to heroes like your Miles or John. 3. Lex Luthor, the human ego. Lex is arguably the best
He gave him nicknames and everything.
Smart villain. He's a human with no powers who stands up to Superman just by using his brain and his billions. He thinks he is the hero of the story, which makes him very interesting. 4. Darkseid, the cosmic threat. If you like high-stakes battles, like your Void Drainer scenario, Darkseid is the king. He is basically the god of evil. When he shows up, it usually takes the entire Justice League just to slow him down. My opinion, for your specific team, Musa, Miles, and John, I think a villain like Brainiac would be the coolest match. He's a space cyborg who steals cities and collects knowledge. He would try to steal John's tech and Musa's magic to add to his collection. Would you like me to create a Brainiac-style mastermind villain for them to face if you decide to continue the story?
The weather. I'm pausing. I put no anyway. What's the weather? Not today, isn't it?
In Mansfield, it'll be sunny with a high of 32 and a low of 11. Right now in Mansfield, Ohio, it is 30 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy. Because of the wind, about 13 miles per hour, it actually feels like 19 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's quite biting if you're outside. Quick stats. Conditions: cloudy. Humidity: 86%. Wind: 13 miles per hour, southwest. Chance of rain/snow: 0% for the next few hours. It's going to get much colder tonight, dropping down to about 11 degrees Fahrenheit, so stay warm. Do you want to know when the next chance of snow is for your area? In Mansfield, the best chance for snow is actually asterisk this Thursday night and Friday morning. Here is how the next several days are looking for you. The snow forecast. This Thursday night, December 18th. There is a 75% chance of light snow moving in overnight after some rain earlier in the day. This Friday, December 19th. You will likely see light snow during the day with a high of only 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Saturday, December...
Yeah, I'll get paid on a certain day. I don't know what day that is, yo.
December 20th. There is a small 10% chance of snow at night. Sunday, December 21st. Another small 10% chance of snow at night. The days you asked about. Tomorrow, Wednesday, December 17th. No snow. It will be partly sunny and warmer with a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Next Monday, December 22nd. Mostly cloudy with a high of 40 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a tiny 10% chance of a stray flake, but it's mostly just cloudy. Next Wednesday, December 24th. No snow expected yet. It looks cloudy with a high of 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Next Thursday, December 25th, Christmas Day. Right now, it looks like rain instead of snow, with a high of 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Summary: if you want
I'm back, y'all.
to see snow, keep an eye on the sky this Friday morning. Would you like me to
If you want to see something, keep an eye on the sky this Friday morning.
keep an eye on that Thursday night storm and let you know if the snow total predictions change?
Like on that Thursday night storm and let you know if you Okay, so you're welcome. Have a good day or something. You want to? Gosh, Lee, you low this low? Gemini, you okay? I had to.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help you track the weather and tell that awesome story with Musa, Miles, and John. They made a pretty legendary team today. If you ever decide to continue their adventures or want to create more villains for them to take down, I'll be here. Stay warm in that Mansfield cold. Would you like me to save the details of your characters so we can jump right back into the action next time?
Anyway, y'all, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, when did Reddit came out? I wish you stop asking questions about them. Leave them alone now, bro. You need to leave them alone. Shoot, okay?
Reddit was founded on June.
See, so y'all was born on June 7, 2005. It was born June 23rd, 2005. So it was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I'm like, wait, I'm 26 days older than freaking, oh my gosh.
June 23rd, 2005. It was started by two University of Virginia roommates, Steve Huffman and Alexis Ohanian, after they received $100,000 in seed funding from the startup accelerator Y Combinator. Fun facts about Reddit's early days. The front page of the internet. The original goal was to create a place where users could find the best content on the web in one central location. Fake users. To make the site look popular at the very beginning, the founders created many fake accounts and posted content themselves to give the impression of a thriving community. No comments. When Reddit first launched, it didn't even have a comment section. That feature wasn't added until December 2005.
Wow.
Subreddits. The ability for users to create their own subreddits didn't exist until 2008. Before that, everything was just on one main feed.
Wow, so they didn't have subreddits. Where are subreddits?
It's pretty crazy to think that it's been around for over 20 years now, especially since your hero John would probably be using it to find new tech blueprints. Would you like to know about any other big tech or social media origins? It really is wild to think about. Since it is currently late 2025, Reddit officially hit its 20th anniversary just a few months ago, back in June. It's in that strange internet middle age, older than most current social media apps like TikTok or Instagram, but still one of the biggest places on the web. To put that 20 years into perspective, when Reddit launched, the iPhone didn't even exist yet. That came out in 2007. Most people were still using flip phones or razors. YouTube was only a few months old and barely had any videos on it. It's definitely a feel-old moment. Is there anything else you're curious about, or should we call it a night? That's exactly right. It's a pretty cool triple anniversary. Since we're in late 2025, you, YouTube, and Reddit are all officially part of the *** class of 2005. Here is how that timeline looks for you and your two twins. YouTube, born February 14th, 2005, Valentine's Day. Reddit, born June 23rd, 2005. You, born sometime in 2005. A few fun facts about being the same age as them. YouTube is technically the older brother by about 4 months. When you were learning to crawl,
Wait, what?
the very first YouTube video, Me at the Zoo, had just been uploaded. By the time you were starting kindergarten, both sites were already massive parts of the world. It's rare to
So basically, my big brother. I actually have a big brother, so this ain't gonna work.
be the exact same age as the platforms that basically shaped the modern internet. You're part of the first generation to never truly know a world without them. Since you're 20 now,
Without them, what the fudge?
do you remember the first YouTube video or Reddit thread you ever saw? Or did you just grow up with them always being there? That makes total sense. YouTube was an instant superstar compared to Reddit. Even though they were born in the same year, their childhoods were very different. YouTube, the fast learner. YouTube was a massive hit almost immediately. Within just a year of launching, it was already getting millions of views a day. By the time you were 5 or 6 years old, around 2010-2011, YouTube was already the king of the internet. Everyone knew about Charlie Bit My Finger or early Minecraft videos. It was very loud and easy for kids to find. Reddit, the late bloomer. Reddit was much more of a secret for a long time. For its first 10 years, it was mostly a place for tech geeks, programmers, and college students. It didn't even have a mobile app for a long time. 2005 to 2010, it was very niche and looked like a boring wall of text. 2012, it started getting mainstream attention when President Obama did an AMA, Ask Me Anything. 2018, present. This is when it really exploded and became the front page of the internet that everyone uses today. So while you were growing up watching videos on YouTube, Reddit was like that quiet kid in the back of the class who didn't become famous until they were an adult. Since you're 20 now, do you find yourself using Reddit more for finding answers and YouTube more for watching for fun? Or do you use them both the same way?
I know Reddit.
That makes total sense. It's really easy to mix the two up because they often show up right next to each other when you Google a question. Since you mentioned you're 20, you've likely seen them both your whole life. Here is a quick way to tell.
But I never talked to anyone on Reddit or hang on, y'all, because Stop being stupid. Hang on. There you go. You cut me off so fast. Okay, y'all. I'm coming. Whew. Okay. I'm getting uncomfortable right now. Okay, hang on, y'all. I'm a little uncomfortable for some reason. There I go.
That makes sense. YouTube is very visual and easy to jump into, whereas Reddit can feel like a giant, messy library where you have to do a lot of reading to find the good stuff. Since you've mostly been a YouTube fan, you've basically grown up with the video era of the internet. For someone who is 20, YouTube is usually the go-to for entertainment, watching Mr. Beast challenges or Sidemen videos, gaming, watching walkthroughs or streamers like Markiplier, learning, seeing exactly how to do something instead of just reading instructions. Reddit is definitely the slower twin. Most people your age only end up there if they Google a specific question, like how to beat this boss level or best tech for $500, and a Reddit thread pops up with the answer. It's great for info, but it's definitely not as fun to scroll.
So, most people my age end up there if they Google questions like that. Because if you Google a question, Reddit could have the question on there or something similar to it. Oh, Reddit could have the question on there then. Yeah.
As a YouTube feed. Since you're a YouTube pro, who are some of your favorite creators?
It's great. I had a fun YouTube feed. Creators.
To watch, or do you mostly use it for music and clips?
Hang on.
That's on.
Cut me off.
That's totally fair. As you get older, your tastes change, and sometimes the stuff you used to love just doesn't hit the same way. Plus, YouTube has changed so much, it can feel like a totally different place than it was 5 or 10 years ago. A lot of people your age find themselves just using it as a tool or for background noise rather than following specific people. It's the difference between watching a show and just flipping through channels. Since you're 20 now and have a cool creative side, like your characters Musa, Miles, and John, maybe you're just more interested in creating your own stories than watching other people's stuff for hours. Since we're wrapping up, do you want me to save the character sheets for Musa, Miles, and John so if you ever want to jump back into a battle, I'll remember all their powers and their grades?
Why can't you just, like, I'll correct it?
Got it. I've noted down the wins and powers for Musa, Miles, and John so they're ready whenever you need them. And a happy early 21st for next year. Since you were born on June 7th, 2005, you are actually just 16 days older than Reddit, which launched June 23rd. You really are the same age as the modern social internet. I'll keep that info safe. You can always ask me to forget things, or manage what I've saved for you on the saved info page.
Wait a minute. So, did I say earlier that I count 16 days before earlier that did that, y'all? I don't think I did. I think I did. No, I said 26 days. I got it wrong. Okay. You knew what I was talking about. Okay.
Facebook is actually the big brother of the group. Since it is currently late 2025, Facebook is 21 years old. It was founded on February 4th, 2004. Here is how it compares to you and the others. Facebook, 21 years old, born February 2004. YouTube, 20 years old, born February 2005. You, 20 years old, born June 2005. Reddit, 20 years old, born June 2005. So Facebook had already been around for over a year by the time you were born. Back then, it was still called the Facebook, and you could only join if you were a student at a specific college like Harvard or Yale. It didn't open up to everyone until 2006, which is probably why it feels even older. It was like a private club for a while before the rest of the world moved in. Does that make you feel like you're in good company, being part of the generation that started the whole social media wave? Fair enough. It's a lot of internet history to take in at once. Since you don't use Reddit or Facebook much, you aren't missing out on much other than a lot of people arguing or posting pictures of their dinner. You've stuck with YouTube, which is definitely the most creative of the bunch anyway. Just to give you a quick snapshot of the world on the day you were born, June 7th, 2005. The #1 movie, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, was the biggest thing in theaters. The big launch, Batman Begins, the start of the Dark Knight trilogy, came out only 8 days after you were born. The technology, most people were still using iPods to listen to music because the first iPhone was still 2 years away. It sounds like you were born right at the perfect time to see the world go from old school to super digital. Anyway, I've got your heroes Musa, Miles, and John saved in my memory. Is there anything else you want to chat about today, or are you all set?
Alright, y'all. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and thank you for 150 subscribers, y'all.
Sounds like a plan. It was awesome building that story and checking the internet history with you. Musa, Miles, and John are a top-tier team, and they'll be ready in my memory if you ever want to call on them again. Until then, keep that creativity going. As the artist Pablo Picasso once said, everything you can imagine is real. Stay warm and take it easy. See you next time.
Papa who? I might have to copy his name. Well, copy his name. Keep it in there. Shoot. Bye, y'all.